My name is Pranav, and I'm a certified Lego connoisseur. That's right, you've heard of wine connoisseurs, right? I'm the kind of guy who swirls plastic bricks in a cup and sniffs for creativity. Now, you might be wondering how I got here. Sometimes I wonder that myself. Let's take a quick look. Being the son of two Indian immigrants meant that my childhood was always about balancing two worlds. One filled with cultural traditions and academic pressures, while on the other hand trying to convince my parents that Lego counted as an educational toy. No matter how good I was at convincing my parents, the sets I wanted were unfortunately not attainable for me, and I settled for the yard sale special, if you catch my drift. No worries though, I was taught from a young age that these things build character. Fast forward a couple of years through my Lego Dark Ages. In college, I studied hospitality management, which is just a fancy way of saying I mastered the art of smiling and staying calm while people complain about things completely out of my control. Don't get me wrong, I had some of the most rewarding times of my life climbing the ranks of corporate America, even eventually working with a global sales team, but I still longed for something more. After a couple of rewarding yet totally unfulfilling years, I started missing my family and that carefree sense of freedom I took for granted. The kind of freedom where my biggest responsibilities were deciding whether to build a spaceship or castle with my Lego, not juggling deadlines, meetings, and trying to remember where I left my reports. I love to dream, but I mean, it's not like I would ever have that opportunity again. I mean, something major, really major, would have to happen to allow me to sit at home all day with more time than what I know what to do with and nothing else to do. That would be completely ridiculous, right?
This is breaking news from Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Several breaking developments tonight in the coronavirus outbreak.
Well, I guess I asked, and I shall receive. Like the plot twist no one wanted, COVID was in full swing. During COVID, I learned that my job adapted and meant to smile and stay calm over Zoom instead. Countless hours of gaming and endless reruns of The Office later, I was stuck in place. Then one day, she gave me this, a Lego set. I was like, babe, are you trying to tell me something? Am I too bored? Suddenly, something changed in me. A spark, a desire, something hidden deep inside, long forgotten. And just like that, I was building again. This time with no limits except my own wallet. Did you know that the first edition of the Millennium Falcon now costs more than my first car? I was flabbergasted. As much as I love this, there has to be a way to do more, to get more, to see more. Then I had a bright idea.
We used
Lego to buy more Lego. I became a full-on Lego hustler. It's like stock trading, but more colorful and less stressful. Unless you step on a piece, then I imagine the stress and the pain is maybe the same. At some point, I had so many sets I ran out of space. And no, telling my girlfriend that Lego sets were like fine art investments didn't fly. So I started looking into houses during COVID instead. Big mistake. I needed a better future for my sets. So we made the move to North Carolina. Cheaper houses, more space for my art collection, aka my Lego collection, and closer to my family. Win, win, win. North Carolina was perfect. Beautiful views, affordable homes, and most importantly, enough space for my growing Lego collection. Upon arriving in North Carolina, I was met with all the things I imagined. But what's more, there was a gold mine of Lego products not even 3 hours away. All the sets I had dreamed of owning for my business were suddenly within grasp. After a couple successful trips, I was on top of the world with some of the coolest items that one would have for their own Lego collection. But unfortunately, all gold mines eventually run out, and Asheville was no different. With this gaping hole in the Lego community, where will I go to buy my Lego sets next? And then it hit me. Why just look for a new place to buy Lego when I could own a Lego store instead? It's the perfect solution. I do something that I love, I can move and expand my collection to share with others in store, and my girlfriend no longer steps on spare bricks walking between rooms. Win-win. Turns out buying a Lego franchise isn't as easy as calling up and saying, hey, I like Lego, want to give me a store? What could be my solution? This franchising is harder than it looks. After many hours of emails, phone calls, meetings, and waiting, I finally got my call back. After flying to Utah for the first time, multiple rounds of conversations, one intensive presentation, and 2 meetings with the heads of the company, I qualified for my franchise. So let's talk about asking for a loan during the pandemic. Not exactly the best time to say, hey, I want to sell toys. The first bank basically said, good luck, bro. The second bank was hesitant, but approved with a 20% interest rate. I had to say good luck to them. Finally, I started pitching my ideas to interested parties locally to see if anyone would see the same potential in this project that I did. After much paperwork, presentations, meetings, and calls, I finally found a bank that believed in me, or at least believed in Lego. Funding secured, baby. Let's go! We now have to head to Utah for the final time before opening up the store. After a long week of hard work, we will be getting our certificate of training, which finally allows us to open up. But first, let's see what the locals have to offer. Now, the really cool thing about this store is that they have an in-house designer that creates custom local sets. But that's not the reason I'm here. Welcome to Bricks and Minifigs HQ.
Hey guys, we just arrived here at the Bricks and Minifigs HQ in Orem, Utah. This now marks the beginning of the end of a 6-month-long process that allows us to get to our grand opening. We're super excited to show you more. Let's get started.
Let's get started with training and meeting the corporate team. We wanted to ask the employees what they loved about working for the brand. Let's go ahead and cue our wholesome montage now.
The people here in the office are amazing.
I feel like there's not a day that you come in and something is repetitive.
I will tell you, this team out here has great operational integrity. This group is prepared and ready for that journey.
Keep in mind, folks, we did not script that. Those are people's actual responses to our questions. Gotta mean something. Now, training was fun, but it definitely wasn't as easy as stacking boxes and making sure that the minifigs don't riot. We are now heading to the Bricks and Minifigs store in Orem, which is the flagship location and used for training. After a long week of classrooms, we're now ready to get our hands dirty and learn to operate a Lego store. We start by learning to break down inventory, processing sets, making the Lego train go chew, processing more sets, and talking to lots of customers. Running a Lego store is a dream come true, but it's also a lot of hard work. Who knew plastic could be so heavy? Before we leave, let's have a little chat with the owners of this location, who just so happen to own the entire Bricks and Minifigs brand. Let's see also where the brand is heading. Why not start at the top if you can? You guys reached past store 100 at the beginning of this year.
Yep.
You guys are now about to target over 200 stores by the beginning of next year.
Open, yeah. So
open.
we've already signed over 200 franchisees.
Wow.
So, yeah, so we have our 200th franchisee sold, or like signed on. And
So now it's a race to see who gets open.
yeah, who becomes that number 200?
Who's number
Yep.
200? Absolutely.
Yep.
No, I mean, and congrats again on the growth. All business owners feel that twinge of insecurity when starting a new venture, like trying to assemble IKEA furniture without the instructions and hoping for the best. Over the past few days, we've learned so much that we could practically write a self-help book on surviving the first week. We met the masterminds behind the brand, trained to be store owners, and discovered there's still a lot more work to be done. But we did it. We bought a Lego store.